Hello, my boss bloggers. Today we are going to speak about organic marketing strategies. Okay, I want you to get excited about this because you're going to be doing it for the life of your blog. You're going to grow this blog to be famous. You are going to be proud of it. And I am really excited to walk you through this organic marketing because organic marketing, like we said, is very important. You can also do ads, but I would not suggest just doing ads. You're going to waste a lot of money, number one. Number two, you have to always organically promote your brand to elevate your website so that you can make money from it, okay? You must be organized. When advertising your online business, your blog, you want to be as organized as possible. This allows you to comfortably share posts without the overwhelm, okay? You might be somebody who doesn't like to write everything down, but I suggest getting the pen and paper out, getting a nice notebook, getting a beautiful calendar that you can maybe hang somewhere in your office. Create that office space that feels really, really good. It's clean, it's organized, your brain can actually function. You could do a lot in one day. If you are home, if you're going to be doing this full time, create that beautiful space where you feel alive and well in, and then get organized. So little planners, calendars, nice pens, things that are going to get you excited about promoting your blog. Okay. Facebook and Instagram Business Suite offers scheduling of posts. Okay. So if you have, by now, you should already have a Facebook page. You should be in Facebook promoting your blog post and your brand on social media. Okay. When you go into the business manager, it is going to show you. If you need me to do a screen recording of it, I will be happy to. Just let me know below in the comments and I will go right on there and I'll do the business suite. Can be a little bit confusing. So I'll just go ahead and do a separate video on that. You'll find it below. And then we're going to start scheduling our post. This is important if you want to take bloggy breaks. I take them all the time and I go into my scheduling. And it's just nice to have something to shoot out every day. A lot of bloggers, famous bloggers, will just do one post a day. In the beginning, I really want you to do it 3 times a day, just so that you can get familiar with your stats. So you're going to go into the business suite. You're going to see what days are popular, and I'm going to screen record it below so that you can follow me with this. But you want to be really, really organized when it comes to blogging for business because your business is important. Okay. Don't have a messy space. Make sure you have your coffee, make sure you're feeling really good in the morning, do your normal routine, and take plenty of breaks in between, especially if you're doing this for 7, 8 hours a day. I don't want you to overwhelm. So let's be organized and really create enough content in your Canva Pro account. So say you have a day off and you just want to go into Canva and start doing those graphics for your Facebook pages for you to promote. A lot of times an image is always catchy. So you want to put a picture in there and do like a little bit of a graphic and promote your brand on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is amazing at stories. So we're going to get into talking about stories and um, you can also post throughout the week freestyle, but pay attention to your stats. And freestyle is just, like I said, getting on your phone and just sharing a post whenever you feel like it. But you're going to want to share things that really builds that rapport with your readers, okay? And I'm going to share the trends that are on Facebook. You can always just search popular trends that like the follow for followers. You want to do those in the beginning so that you can at least build your pages up, okay? Don't feel embarrassed or whatever for putting yourself out there. Follow those trends, and if you have to follow the people back just to get your followers, then do that in the beginning, okay? It's going to really create a nice flow with your Facebook and Instagram. But Instagram, you can actually go onto your stories and set it up where when you set it up, you could also share it to Facebook. So you got 2 out of that one. So if you post something on Facebook, I wouldn't post the same thing on Instagram. That's just me personally. I don't recommend that. I like to be a little bit more organized with my stuff and have my readers see different things on my X, which is formerly Twitter. And then on my Facebook, I like to post separate things in the group. So it's not the same everywhere. I do notice a lot of bloggers who just promote their blog posts doing the same on every platform. I don't recommend doing that. I think that it is, it's not, I think it's boring. Okay. Basically, I think it's boring, and you want to be creative. You want to really have a different target audience on each social media platform. Okay. Don't overwhelm. You want to get organized so that you can prevent burnout. A lot of times people will just go right into blogging and think that they can get on their phone and just publish something each and every day. That gets really boring and overwhelming, and you're not going to see any results from that. So make sure you have your calendar set in that business suite. I'm going to take you right in there, and you're going to follow that video below. Okay. Let's see. To-dos. So write things down, like I said, so that you can remember what to do. Have an organized blogging schedule. Set that routine for your social media promos. If you like to do it in the morning, if you like to do it in the afternoon or in the evening, I recommend taking plenty of breaks throughout the day. You can always, skip a day or two. You don't have to post on it every single day, whether you're scheduling it or not. Avoid scrolling when you get on there. So sometimes people will get on Facebook and then they'll start scrolling and lose track of what they're doing. Avoid that at all costs. Okay. Get in there, get into the group, share your stuff, engage a little bit, but don't overwhelm yourself and start scrolling, and your mind will obviously shift other places. We want to stay on track as best as we can. Share where it's beneficial. Pinterest is a beautiful platform for you to get used to. Now, if you're not used to it, just create the account, make a business account, make sure that you do a nice bio, make sure that you're posting on there a couple times a day. And when I say post on Pinterest, do not spam it, because if you share a picture that links to your blog post and then you share another picture that links to that blog post in the same day, it's going to mark you as spammy. So do one Pinterest, in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one at night for 3 times a day for maybe several weeks. You could do it. I used to do it for a month just to see my stats. So I would go into Pinterest and look at the Business Hub to see which posts are getting the most traffic. So that'll kind of give you an idea of when you want to post. And then you're going to want to go into your groups on Facebook, see what's going on in there, post in there, see what works and what doesn't work. That is your job to, test your own things, because everyone doesn't have the same niche. Everyone doesn't talk about the same topics. So test it out. See if the groups are working. Jump inside of our group. Post as much as you want in there. I do not mind. A lot of other groups will prevent you from, posting your links in there. You got to find the groups that allow you to post the links. Of course, ours is great. I'm working on getting more members in that group so that you guys can all support each other. X is another one. You want to share where it's beneficial. Pinterest in your groups, on your Facebook page, and X. You want to share your links in your stories too on Instagram. Okay. Stories will probably get far more views than your original posts will. Okay. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Keep a notebook on hand to write ideas down. Okay. You're gonna always, once you start blogging and you get really into it and you come up with all these ideas, you're gonna want to write them down. I have notebooks all over the place with ideas, and it's a constant thing to be coming up with new blog posts and things for your website. You might be wanting to work on the pages one day to do a landing page for your opt-ins and all that. So keep a notebook and then have plenty of drafts ready to publish or schedule for times when you want to take a break. Like I said before, you can also change the date in your blog post to make it newer. And if you don't know how to do that, I explained it in a different video, but you can definitely comment and I'll let you know how to do it if you don't know how. All right. Post 3 times a day, like I said, on a specific platform to figure out what times are best to share. That's in your Business Manager and your Business Hub on Pinterest, okay? Skyrocket your Pinterest before any other platform. This is important because Pinterest is not social media. I will say that time and time again. There are so many blog posts out there talking about how Pinterest is social media and blah, blah, blah. No, it's not social media. It's a search engine. Okay, so you want to make sure that your images created from your Canva Pro account are on that Pinterest. Fill your Pinterest boards up. Create boards that relate to your niche and what you're promoting. Okay, skyrocket your Pinterest before any other platform, and remember not to post the same links in one day. They will mark you as spam and then you'll not get any views. They won't bump your posts. But you can play around with it, see what works for you, what doesn't work. You can either schedule it. I like to manually do it. Scheduling's okay for me. Sometimes I'm just not as I'm not a fan of the scheduling because I like to do everything manually, but you're going to be different. You might like it. Use creative graphics for promoting. Like I said, that's in Canva. Definitely get a Canva Pro account by now. That is something that you are just going to have to invest in. Share your links in Instagram stories. Like I said, I will show you what I do just to get people to click on my links. You're going to really want to share your links in your stories. If you don't know how to do that, I'll show you how to do it. Just leave a comment below. Place a YouTube video in every or mostly all of your blog posts, okay? When you share, say you're talking about a specific food recipe or you're sharing about a travel experience or something like that, go to YouTube and look in the search bar for whatever you're posting about and then put that YouTube video in your blog post. This is going to increase your organic marketing for Google searches, okay? That is key to getting your post out there into the world before everyone else's. If YouTube and Google is owned by Google, so I'm sure you already know that. This will boost your traffic immediately. So don't ignore the fact that you should be putting videos in your blog post. If you scroll through most of my Coffee Addict Mama blog posts, there's oftentimes more, probably about 80% of my posts have YouTube videos in it, whether they're mine or not. I do try to create my own. I'm not a big YouTube person, but I do try to go on Canva and create those little presentations that I can share on YouTube so that I have something. But you may be a person that really doesn't like to create YouTube videos either, and that's perfectly fine. You could share somebody else's video. Just insert that into your blog post. That is key. It is important. Don't ignore that, okay? So right now I'm going to show you really quickly on X how to get in there and start a community if you would like, or join communities. Now communities are only available to start if you are a premium member. So I would suggest getting on X and really taking advantage of these communities. So we just started this one. It's New Boss Blogger. You're going to go into communities. They will recommend communities to you. So once you start sharing your blog post, you are going to see a lot of bloggers on X. Now, this is not a platform that you want to ignore, especially when you're doing organic marketing, okay? So in this community, we offer all kinds of blog sharing. You can continuously share your blog posts as these people have been doing. I come in here often just waiting for a little bit more people to join, and of course I'll share it on my homepage. So what I want you to do is get into these blogging communities on X, okay? I'll try to find some, but you're gonna want to come in here into this one and join. I will share the link to it. Come follow me on X, which is formerly Twitter. You could still use the Twitter URL though. So on these, I'm just going to go see if there is any more for you. So over here, you'll find a lot of bloggers that you can follow. Go through and follow maybe 30 accounts a day. I think they limit you to certain amounts, but you can go on and just follow a lot of bloggers, and then of course they will follow you back. Okay, so what I like to do is go through my following list every month, and then I'll follow people back, and I will look for bloggers to share their posts. So I'm always sharing other people's posts. You want to make sure that you are following Coffee Addict Mama. I am at Coffee Addict Mom. So let's explore a minute and see if they will bring up the communities. So I'm not seeing any here, but you can also explore by doing a blog search just to see, and then you want to join people like this Team Blogger. You can share the links whenever they post these fun things throughout the day. You are going to want to follow them and then share it. So you could see all of these bloggers are sharing their blog posts on this thread. So, like I said before, do not ignore Twitter. It is something that you're just going to have to get used to, especially if you're doing the organic marketing. So this is a really fun one to go through. Like the post, retweet it. Sometimes it's really nice to share other people's stuff. So don't be afraid to get in there and retweet other people's stuff along with sharing your blog post. Okay, you're going to want to do that. And then, like I said, the communities, I think so here's an example. Actually, it just went off, but here's an example of, explore. So you go to communities, explore. It might look a little different on your phone, but you are going to want to click on that and see what it's all about. Girl Talk Miners. So there's a lot of communities on here that you're gonna want to join. Okay, so let's get on to the next session of organic marketing. If you guys have any questions about this whatsoever, please ask, and I will definitely let you know what to do. So you're going to be creating SEO worthy content. You're going to get more familiar with SEO and keyword rich pins, descriptions, images. Okay. So for your website and all of your socials, you're going to want to use keywords. Instagram has now been using keywords to get in there and show your feed to others. And if you're just using hashtags, it's really not going to work anymore. So they really want you to use the keywords in your descriptions when you're doing an Instagram post, probably most likely in your stories. I am only big on Instagram for, promoting in stories. I like that. And then, once your account is established, you want to do maybe 3 posts a week. Some people do every day. I think that's overwhelming. I wouldn't do all of that. But make sure when you're writing your descriptions, you're using those keywords, okay, that people might be typing in on Instagram on that search bar. So if you're promoting, food, if you're a foodie, food blogger, you're going to want to use keywords in your descriptions. So anything that relates to your blog post, what people might be searching for, like that a homemade coffee cake, recipe. You want to make sure that those keywords are on the bottom of your Instagram post. You can always do your hashtags as well. Some people like to put the hashtags in the comments. I don't think there's a difference in whether you do it in the comments or the actual post. So that's totally up to you. I would definitely do my research on what's popular. So I'm going to share some things that you can do. I am one of those bloggers that just likes to type and talk about whatever I want to talk about. I really don't utilize keyword apps and stuff like that. I probably should, but I just go on and I pretty much share what I like in terms of coffee drinks. Might be reality television. I like to put those articles out there, and some things you are going to find that you just want to talk about, and that's totally okay. It is your blog. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so for your keywords, you are going to be putting them in your header 1. So that's on your blog post. You'll have a header 1, header 2, header 3. A lot of people don't use header 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 in their blog posts. I like to keep it with the header 2 mostly. Sometimes I'll put a header 3 in there. Just depends on your flow of your blog post. So when you get into your blog post, you are going to put them keywords in your header 1, which is the blog post title. Okay, and then you're going to put those descriptions, when you're typing it out, you want to throw in some of those keywords in the description plenty of times throughout your blog posts. Okay. You don't want to just do a short blog post. Short blog posts are coming back. They're very popular now. You can go ahead and do that, but make sure them keywords. So if I was writing a blog on how to start a blog, I would make sure that start a blog is in those keywords. So when somebody's searching it on Google, they're going to find it quickly. And also don't forget to do your images. So when you save an image from your Canva account, make sure that you're going in to the Canva and you're saving that image as the keyword. So it could be manifesting more money in your life. You're going to want to save that image as manifesting more money in your life. Okay. So don't just save your images as IMG or JPEG or whatever. Just make sure that the description, the keywords are in your descriptions, your headers, and your images. Those are very important. So use long tail keywords for beginners. So when you are just starting out your blog, or your blog's been on the internet for maybe a year or two, you want to make sure that your URL, that slug, has those keywords in it. So the longer it is, the more chances you're going to have showing up on Google's front page. Okay, so say I wanted to write about the best homemade coffee drink at home, to make at home. You're going to put that in your URL. So your URL mine will be coffeeaddictmama.com/how to make the best coffee drinks at home. Okay, so those keywords are in that URL. Here are some keyword apps or whatever websites that you can use: Keyword Surfer, Google, Keyword Planner, Yoast SEO is in our plugins. I like to use that. It's not really going to tell you what's popular on the internet, but it is going to tell you if you are using enough of those keywords in your description. So when you go in to do your blog post, your header one needs to have those keywords in it, and then the Yoast plugin will tell you. So make sure you download Yoast SEO or some kind of SEO keyword rich plugin into your WordPress accounts. Okay. Make sure you're utilizing that. A lot of people will use other ones that are paid. I think this is fine, free. I enjoy it. It helps me a lot. So, if you're not ready to invest in a keyword plugin or app, then that's totally fine. You can use the free ones. There's many different free ones, so look them up. I like to use very simple things and basic things, but SEMrush, Google, Keyword Planner, Yoast, Keyword Surfer. You can also do your own Google search and see what keyword rich platforms they have out there that will help you look for the things that you want to, type about. You've got this. Follow me at Coffee Addict Ma on Twitter, X, and then join our group. Make sure you're getting into the group. Make sure you're sharing. Make sure you're sharing your posts, your progress, your blog links, all of that. Okay. Alrighty. We'll see you in the next lesson.